Balotelli, Aguero!
Brought to you by Modelo.
And Gerrard!
And we're live.
Boom! You know how it is.
Back again.
It's your boy Thomxdelacruz.
Lewis Devine.
Yeah.
Doing another video on a...
Not a video, not another
not a
video.
video.
This is the first video.
This is the first video ever I've seen.
But actually, we did the cartel when
Yeah,
Conor, was it Conor Khabib?
Conor Khabib, yeah, that went so well for me. Mate. We should have seen the tears in my eyes after that.
But we back, baby.
We back.
With our faces this
And
time.
someone else is back as well.
I know. Your boy's back.
The notorious one, Conor McGregor, is back. And I'm quite happy. Because there's a vibe, there's an aura around UFC when that little Irish Lucky Charm turns up. There's just something where you get the idiot fans, the ones that only turn up to watch the big fights.
Yeah.
But then for everyone else involved, it's just a different breed because you don't know what's going to happen. It's always chaos surrounding a Conor McGregor fight.
Yeah.
But
but this time is a different story.
yeah, I didn't like it.
You don't
Being
like it?
honest, I don't like it.
No, it's just because Cerrone is not just another fighter that I don't think he's got that much to lose. Of course he does, but you know,
I mean,
technically he's fighting a legend, so he's like kind of looking up to him as a different type of. He hasn't really fought anyone in.
not with the history of
with his credentials. And
Cowboy,
stuff.
yeah. But
Yeah.
we know when Cowboy hates someone, he performs poorly.
Yeah.
And the master of mind games should be just wearing down on him. And if we're being honest, this, on paper, should be one of the easier fights Conor's had in the last few years. If you look at Cerrone's last 10 fights, yeah. If you look at the last 10 fights Cerrone's had, he's lost to he's beat the lower tier sort of fighters like the Iaquintas, the Yancy Medeiros, people like that. But then he's lost to Justin Gaethje. Obviously Tony Ferguson, we know he's top caliber opponent. There's no disgrace in losing to him. Justin Gaethje, I think he lost to Barboza. He might have lost to Barboza.
Cerrone.
Yeah.
He won against Pettis though, didn't he? Yeah. He won.
Pettis beat him.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he's beat him with a body shot. But
Oh yeah.
years ago, that was like just after WEC days. But I just Conor's that superior level of fighter that I can see Cerrone coming short with. He's not got the caliber of striking of Conor.
Yeah, but that's just one thing, and he could take it to the ground.
I don't think he wants to.
Well, yeah, that's one thing because obviously, as we spoke a bit about it on the previous podcast.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah, sorry about my mood and my facial expression, all of that stuff, because I am feeling
He's got Ebola.
trash. Close enough, like that's how I feel. Like I feel disgusted, but
No, I mean,
yeah, I don't think Donald Cerrone is gonna take it to the ground just purely because it could be like his exit fight, isn't it? So he wants to make a statement, and you know how we view him as. We don't want to see a wrestler Donald Cerrone trying to choke out.
yeah.
But then again, if he's trying to really win, then
It depends, really. I don't think he wants to. I think he wants entertainment this time. I think he knows that what the fans want, and I don't think he's too bothered about. If you look over his career, he's not exactly bothered about padding his stats or wins or losses because he's lost
13 fights.
Yeah, 13 fights. So it's not like he's got to defend any sort of reputation. If Cerrone lost his next 6 fights, he'd still be Donald Cerrone. Everyone would still love him.
Yeah.
And I think as well, he knows he's gonna retire after this fight. Even if he wins, I think he should retire. Like you're making the biggest payday of your career, the payday you should have got 10 years
Yeah, but
ago.
it's hard, isn't it? As a fighter, like it's hard to just step out the ring like that.
Like,
Or the
yeah.
ultimate, like
Well,
look at Manny Pacquiao, look at Mayweather, look at all of them fights.
Look at you mentioned it.
Look at Anderson Silva. I mean, yeah, Anderson Silva should have retired from when he lost again to Chris Weidman.
Yeah, you either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain, is that old saying. But in MMA it's more of you either die or you go out with minor brain damage and a bit of money. But look at BJ Penn.
Yeah.
He came back, got starched by Rodriguez.
His record is terrible.
He got wrecked.
He's almost like 50% win, 50% loss.
And then he's lost 4 fights in bars as well against bouncers as well. Did you see those videos?
BJ Penn used to be one of the top 3 fighter in the UFC.
I wasn't watching it when he was around though, so I sort of missed the BJ Penn.
That's when I was proper into UFC, like the BJ Penn days, the Nogueira days, the Gonzalez days,
the Wild West days,
GSP days. That's really he's the reason why I started watching UFC is because of GSP.
Yeah, see, mine was.
Don't worry about this dead dying thing. We're gonna so if the just a what's I gonna say? In case this video dies, or this video like suddenly just got away, I'm gonna link obviously Lewis's podcast on the screen because it's saying that my battery's dying. As always, I wasn't prepared, but you know, you gotta give me you gotta allow me because I'm not feeling good.
Yeah, he's running on empty today.
Yeah.
But I think that, like, for you, BJ Penn was the person to get you to first watch MMA. For me, it was Conor. Like, I remember I was like 14 years old and he fought. I think I saw the Diego Brandao fight because I was watching WWE illegally on like Daily Motion, and it came up. I was like, I'm bored shitless. It's the summer holidays.
Yeah.
I want to watch this. And I saw Conor starch Diego Brandao, and after that, I was like, this is.
That was a good fight for him as well because Brandao was a really good fighter at the time.
At the time, yeah, and I don't really like Brazilian fighters. There's a little bit of Brexit in me. No, I'm joking. It's nothing against Brazilians. I love Brazilians. I love Brazil. But Brazilian fighters are annoying as hell.
He's like Chael Sonnen. He only likes the girls, the Brazilian girls, and that's it.
You're not wrong. But it's just a case of every single Brazilian mixed martial artist seems to think he's entitled to a title shot the moment he wins one fight. Do you remember when Jose Aldo lost to Conor? 13 seconds, you get starched. Your head's been.
No, but he deserves a title shot. He was the long.
Not after 13 seconds.
Held the title for how like. I don't know, 6 years before he lost the Conor.
He probably should have deserved the rematch, but the way he went about after the fight was the reason why he didn't get it. Like, he was claiming racism, favoritism and stuff. I was like,
no, but I do agree that he does deserve the title, like the rematch.
He did. Well, he got 2, didn't he, against Pettis?
Yeah.
And then he got Frankie Edgar, then he got starched.
Yeah, but really after the Conor fight, that was his downhill.
Yeah, Conor
he never
finished him.
He never stood back from that loss. Like, he just kept going downhill.
Yeah, he was walking like with the gods, and then Conor just grabbed him by the ankles and dragged him straight back down to real life. And then after that, it's either your momentum's gone, your train's derailed.
His momentum was gone. Because at the time he was like John Jones level, who was invincible really.
Yeah. And
then all of a sudden, 13 seconds. That takes 13 seconds after not losing for like 6-7 years, and you lose in 13 seconds.
Yeah, it's like Weidman, weren't it? One leg kick is all it took. Not Weidman v Anderson Silva. One leg kick is all it took to finish his career.
Yeah.
It's amazing how one little thing in your body goes, nope, done.
Exactly.
But we don't care about those past fights today.
No.
We're going to talk about the big one, obviously, Conor versus Cowboy. I'm always picking Conor unless he does another boxing match, which your boy, apparently they're in talks for that.
It's not gonna happen.
I don't want to see it. I'm not falling for this one.
Conor's gonna get mashed up by Manny.
If I was him, I'd take the thing to head.
Bro, Manny Pacquiao would destroy.
I would just head
Conor.
kick him. I think
but it's a boxing match.
Pacquiao's
not gonna take a Muay Thai or a kick.
That'd be hilarious if he did though.
He
probably could. It's in his veins.
It will be, but yeah.
But no, this fight, I'll go with you first because I've said my prediction already, but I'll go again.
I'm still in between Conor and like I love Cerrone, not like obviously not as much as GSP, but obviously growing up I used to watch him back in WEC.
Yeah.
That's how like I'm literally an old school UFC fan. Like people can't chat it to me because I was in secondary when I was watching UFC. I was in secondary school. I was in year 9, year 10 when I started watching UFC. So it's been a long time.
Yeah, that's about the same time I started.
So it's been like what, 10 plus years at least.
Yeah, for you,
I've been watching it. So
I think for me it's what, 7 now, 6, 7.
I've been watching UFC for a really long time, but yeah, from like obviously watching Cerrone back in the day, I'm gonna root for him. But if that's what I'm saying, if he stays standing with Conor, I feel like he's too slow for Conor, and Conor's gonna clip him with that left or a knee or something. But I'm just gonna say Cerrone 3, but obviously that's just me being more of like a whole mixed martial art fan rather than just picking a side.
Cut it.
I know what you're gonna say, so
Conor.
say it.
So I think this fight doesn't go past 2 rounds. Cowboy's not gonna be able to keep up with the pace. He's a notoriously slow starter. And we know Conor wants to get people out quickly because he's a 3-round man. He's not got from what we've seen before. He hasn't got the gas tank to go 5 full rounds.
Cerrone,
Conor.
yeah.
Cerrone could. I think it would suit Cerrone to bring it to those later rounds.
It's a heavier weight class, so it'll be an adjustment. But he's more likely to survive those 4 or 5 rounds rather than
Definitely. But I think for him, the key to victory for Conor is working the body early. We know
Basically, yeah, that's it. Conor has to put the burners on rounds 1 through 3. If he doesn't finish Cerrone, then there's a very good chance that Cerrone can take him down and submit him. Because Cerrone is very, very good at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
like his legs dexterity is crazy.
Well, you saw what he did to Mike Perry with the armbar.
Yeah.
Mike Perry thought we had him.
That's what I mean, and he just locked it out.
Yeah, and then just
After
ripped
getting
his arm
smashed,
out of
yeah.
his socket. But I don't think Cowboy even get a chance to land a submission with this one. I don't think he wants to, which I think he's here. He's good seeing it as like gladiators in the arena. He wants to entertain these people. And I think Conor working the body early, working the body early and working the legs as well, landing a few leg kicks. Just to stop that lead leg, weaken up a little bit to avoid, sort of nullify Donald's movement, make it harder to land the roundhouse kicks, the Muay Thai, sort of take away that element of how Cowboy's doing, because he's also got an advantage in that. There goes the camera.
That's the camera, guys. So we're
Mad
gonna
So, but I do think that Conor's got to work the body early. We know Cowboy's susceptible to body shots. He had that operation when he had a motocross accident years ago, which he lost like a solid amount of his intestine. And we've seen it with many an opponent. When they work the body for Cowboy, he crumbles very quickly. It's like his foundations aren't very good.
And like I was saying before, the lights do get to Donald Cerrone. You can tell by his body language. He's not, the co-main event Conor.
He's
Cerrone,
not the main event of Cerrone.
Yeah.
Do you remember that time when he fought Nate Diaz years ago? And he wasn't used to that Diaz style, and Diaz, I think it was
Diaz
round
destroyed
2. And he was pieced up already. He was drained. His jaw was broken, and Diaz just started sticking his middle fingers up to him across the cage. And he was just sitting there like, "Fuck, what am I doing?" Like, I think that'll be another thing. We know Conor is the showman.
Yeah.
He gets brighter as the lights shine on him, which is no pun intended. He just absorbs the atmosphere. All the celebrities are going to be out there.
Yeah.
And
The Rock's going to be there most probably.
Yeah, his dad passed away today.
He's dad
R.I.P.
passed away, yeah. Condolences to The Rock, man.
But I think he'll work the body early, few lead leg kicks, similar to the start of the DS2 fight. Take out that base of his, but I think he starts hitting his chin with the lefts towards the latter stages of the first round and disposes of him.
Yeah, that's the thing. He needs to get Cerrone hurt in the first round and then carry on the momentum into the second round and hopefully, finish it there or third round.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. When you feel like things are like set in stone for the future. Yeah. I can't see Conor losing this fight. I think this is his final run, and I think it's like a redemption story for him. Yeah. Obviously, he's had the issues with punching old men, punching pretty much anyone that says anything to him, the supposed sexual assault charges, but I think this will be his redemption. I think that's why he's a little bit calmer in the press conference yesterday with Cowboy as well. Is the fact there's not really. He needs to be careful because when he gets too worked up, he does silly things, and he's on thin ice already. And if he steps in the wrong direction, he's going to fall through. I think as well with Cowboy and Conor's pulling power, just for general public and media interest, he doesn't actually need to do any promotion for his fights. You put Conor McGregor on a poster. He's fighting this day, this time. Everyone's there.
There's no, there's no other really good fights apart from the Conor, and I mean you got Pettis in the card, you got Holmes,
Holly Holmes fighting Raquel
Pennington.
Main event,
right?
Yeah, I don't know
how Holmes is still
she's
there.
over Pettis. Pettis is. I might be a bit biased here because I'm not the biggest Holly Holm fan.
Yeah.
She's a brilliant fighter, but she's boring. Let's be honest, she's boring. It should Pettis. I don't know how Pettis is like
the first fight after prelims.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, put some respect on Anthony Pettis' name. Like, that guy's a savage. We know what he can do on his day. I mean, he's starched Wonderboy. And him and obviously Holloway obliterated him, but he's a high caliber fighter. He should not be rotting in the first fight of the main card. It's really not a good fight card, if we're being honest.
It's not. Literally, that's what I said. To be honest, it's a shit card apart from obviously
terrible.
The Cerrone and Conor. But then, Conor does sell the fight, so regardless of even if you put like a, I don't know, if you put like a really...
Put the old man in there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, even if Randy Couture is back there, or something, you know.
But
It's not gonna make
yeah,
it's still gonna sell pay-per-view because of Conor.
I just think you can tell they rushed to get. It wasn't. This event definitely wasn't scheduled to be a pay-per-view. It was definitely scheduled to be a fight night until Conor said he wanted to return. And I think that's where Conor sees it. He wants to open for the UFC, so obviously it will probably be the biggest pay-per-view of the year. Just till Conor fights again.
Probably. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. But then again, you never know if someone's gonna. It's still early in the year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone
Well, we got
blow up.
Holloway versus not Holloway. Sorry. Habib v Tony.
Yeah.
Attempt number 5.
Yeah.
Which I will actually donate myself, my body,
Yeah.
to protect them too. I will walk around doing everything for them. I will tie their
That
shoes
one's
for
gonna be a
them.
very technical fight.
Yeah, but I just don't want them to get hurt before the fight. I cannot miss
Tony.
both of them. I don't want to put it out for
Yeah.
the 5th time.
It's more likely Tony's gonna get injured in it because he's had a very.
Yeah,
Well,
the knee.
let's talk about it. I want to go more into details about that fight, but that's
Yeah,
another
we'll wait
fight
for
I'm
that
really
one. We'll
looking
wait
forward
till-
to, because, like, literally, Ferguson is probably. I wouldn't say. Yeah, I will. One of the most underrated fighter, only because of the fact that he hasn't fought a title shot yet,
No.
and
Well,
he
had that
hasn't lost.
interim one.
Yeah, but that don't count.
Yeah,
Well,
we're not-
it
against
does.
Kevin Lee, but no.
Unless if you're Poirier, it counts. But like,
Yeah,
you know, because he like for him,
that was
it's a big deal. But for someone who hasn't lost it in like what 8 years, 8 years,
He lost to the
and
most
he still
ridiculous
haven't
person as well.
had a title shot. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I think as well
It's
because he's that
ridiculous.
eccentric and the fans can't really relate to him because he's
Yeah,
cracking.
he's yeah.
Not literally like a drug addict, but he just acts like a cracker.
He's not He's not very. It's so bad to say it. But
Stable.
He's not really that relatable. Like,
No,
a
I
lot
mean-
of people like, you know.
I've never started prancing around the place like
Yeah.
doing weird Wing Chun stuff. But I mean, people probably go, "Why are we talking about that?" But this links to Conor. Because if Conor wins this fight, there is a rumor that he's going to be on standby just in case one of the two breaks their ankles again.
Or Masvidal. That's really
well-
the 2 fights for Conor after this fight. Yeah, obviously, if he gets a W, but we'll have
I
to.
think personally for me, if you look at those 3, you've got Tony, Khabib, Masvidal. Masvidal would be the most entertaining one.
Yeah.
Because it would be for the BMF.
That
fight.
will be the most. That will sell the most pay per view. Conor versus Masvidal.
And it's it's 2 to tango, isn't it? Masvidal's gonna be a good dance partner when it comes to the promotion,
Yeah.
the press. Conor, we know what he does. We know what he'll do.
And that's the thing, yeah. And what's it called? Masvidal already said that, you know, he doesn't hate Conor, but you know, if he wants to fight if he wants to fight him, he's more than happy to fight him.
I think.
But then again, Conor's gonna retaliate, saying, "Oh, I don't know, whatever."
Oh, he's gonna
motherfucker,"
fire
you know.
shot after shot
So,
after shot.
and obviously, Masvidal's not gonna keep his mouth shut. So.
Not a chance. But I just
That's
think
what's gonna be. I think the build-up's gonna be more entertaining than the actual fight.
what is possible. But I think out of all those 3 people, Masvidal's the best fight for Conor. Masvidal will entertain that stand-up game, and Conor can definitely knock him
Yeah.
out. But then vice versa, Masvidal will definitely
Masvidal's
send him
got
into
a really
another
good,
dimension.
yeah, he's got a really good distance. Like him and Conor are basically like very similar fighter. Like if you watch the Diaz fight, yeah, it was. I would say obviously a bit like exactly the same style, but like the way they block the shots, they don't really put their hands up too much.
Yeah,
it's
they drop
more
their
like
hands over
they like to like the head movements.
Yeah,
really
head
good,
movement.
and that's how they counter.
Yeah, I think they're definitely similar. I think Masvidal's definitely got a more well-rounded game plan.
Yeah.
But that fight, if he gets through Cowboy,
Yeah.
I think that would be the best one for him. Because I think you really look at the entire UFC roster on a whole.
Yeah.
Is he really going to beat Habib? I mean, if we see a Conor with hunger, because if you look and the fact that when he lost to Habib, the fact that he was drinking every day, he didn't have a good camp, and he still, if we're being honest, it wasn't the worst performance in the world. If he got a full camp behind him, trained well, could he beat Habib? Probably not.
I would say no.
I don't think the hype will be around it either. So I mean, you can't really go and act bad to someone that's just tapped you out and then try to fucking falcon kick you off the top of the octagon after you finished.
And I think juice up. More. See, more. That's the key word. More.
More. But GSP's not going to fight him.
Who? Khabib.
Um,
That's the fight that GSP would only take is against Khabib.
I think GSP could beat him.
Bro, I'm the biggest GSP fan out there. I don't care who it is. GSP can fight
you
Brock Lesnar.
intoxicated?
GSP can fight anyone, and I'll always pick GSP. Like literally, he's the reason why I, you know, when GSP stepped out, that's when I stopped watching UFC a bit, because obviously he was like my main guy in it, and all of a sudden, and even when he fought, what's his name?
Bisping?
No, the one with the beard, what's his name?
Oh, Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah, Johnny Hendricks. Hendricks got tested positive twice for steroids.
That was the Wild West days for UFC.
Yeah, and then after that, he didn't win any more fight, I think.
He retired after
Yeah.
that fight, didn't he? He just sacked it
He
off
got,
because he started talking
he
about
got
aliens
mashed,
and stuff.
He got fucked, like mentally and physically. He was taking too much shit.
He started talking about aliens and things.
That's
and
what
how
I'm
he got
saying.
kidnapped
Yeah.
and stuff.
And then I think Joe Rogan started hating him because he started saying some stupid shit or something.
You know what they're like.
Yeah.
Once they
And the
get
thing's like, it wasn't like it's not like he won clearly on that fight. Like, you know.
No, some people thought it should have gone down.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, but it wasn't like, you know, full, like, it
Ah.
wasn't clear that he won the fight.
No,
for him to act like that.
It could have gone either way.
That's what I'm saying.
But-
Plus, it was more of like, you know, they got the best of each other, really, both standing up and takedown wise. They both, you know, landed good shots and took each other down, so.
But let's go for our final pick. So I've gone
Are you putting the bet on,
first to second round TKO. Fight betting right now, I'm looking at the odds on Coral. Donald Cerrone's 13-5, so if you want to do an outside bet and potentially make some reasonable money,
Yeah, that's what I'm going
it's
to do.
3-10 for
I don't
Conor.
really bet in it, but literally, I put £1 on some stupid stuff. Remember that? I think. Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was
the
the
Chelsea game, yeah.
The Chelsea game, yeah. I put £1 on Chelsea to come back to win against Arsenal, and what do you know? I won £10 from a pound bet.
So you can get 15-8 for Conor to win in round 1, 7-2 for round 2. I'd probably take I might push more to round 2.
Oh, for Conor.
I might do, yeah. 7-2, put a tenner on it, get some decent wonga. It would be worth throwing a little bit of dosh on. No, I'm not putting £100 on there. But yeah, I think round 1, round 2. I'm in an R in. It's definitely gonna be the later stages of round 1 if he does stop him early. But I mean, so what are you going for?
Cerrone, round 3.
Round 3, what? TKO submission?
It's gotta be a submission, isn't it?
Well,
I feel like he's gonna hit him with the knee, take him down, obviously try to ground and pound him for a little bit, and then choke him out. Imagine this actually happens. Oh my goodness! I want 1 million subscribers on both mine and Lewis's channel.
But you know, if Conor wins, I'm getting a proper 12 out, boy. That's just been there. It's in its case.
Where are you watching it?
I haven't got a clue.
I think we'll see and then we'll organise something.
Yeah, we'll try and work something out.
Yeah, because I want to actually film the reaction video for it as well.
Oh, we'll start pouring proper 12 down everyone's throats, except yours. I know you don't drink. I'm not going to force you to drink. I'm not like Conor trying to force people to drink alcohol. But no, I mean, let us know what your predictions are. Let us know what your bets are. Let us know if you win any money.
Yep.
And if you think we're talking a load of shit and you think you know more,
let us know more.
Let us know, and then we can beef. I'm joking. Thank you for listening. It's been a pleasure as always. My guy Thomxdelacruz.
You know how it is.
Wish him well. He might not be around on Saturday. He's got Ebola. But enjoy the fights, guys. Thank you for listening. We out.
We out, baby.